everyone. So this video here was, most of you guys probably already know, but it was about my family and I's trip to Haiti this past spring break. And I want to talk about the amazing love for Jesus that I saw, and especially the children in Haiti. There's something about the kids that most of them are about the same age as you guys. That is so raw, but it's really inspiring. It's simple, but it's really great. And so I want to talk about that and also the culture and kind of what Haiti is as a country. And I'll explain some of the similarities and differences that we share with them. So first off, some of you guys probably don't know really what Haiti is. You probably saw through kind of some of the pictures in the video, but Haiti's a third world country, which means it's not quite as fortunate as us. And Haiti is located below Florida, like you'll see in this picture. It's next to Mexico, and it's on the other side of Cuba, right there. There's a mountain range in between it. Okay, so in Haiti, they don't have schools with even doors and windows. Here's a picture of a school. It might be kind of hard to see. But yeah, so they don't have doors or windows, and they have one big blackboard that the teacher writes on. And then they have very little to eat, and their parents' jobs are usually farmers or teachers at the school. And then their houses are made out of rocks and mud and sticks and stuff. And then their kitchens and bathrooms are outside. And they have families that live with 7 or more people in one house, just like this or like that. Isn't that kind of crazy? Okay, and now you guys probably are thinking, oh my gosh, Haiti, I don't want to live there. That is so crazy. I don't want to live in a house with 7 people and just like that. But, I mean, that's to be expected since I just talked about the unfortunate parts about Haiti. But I'll tell you that these people, especially children, are the holiest people I have ever seen. No, they are perfect because of their living conditions, and they may not have all the resources that we have, but they have love for the Lord that is so pure and so simple, but it's inspiring. That is probably partly because they don't have all the distractions that we have. Here in America, we have tons of distractions. Kids, we have TVs, video games, soccer practice, dance lessons, and then your parents have paying bills, going to work, driving you all around, all day cooking dinner, the list goes on. But some of these distractions are good, like cooking dinner. We can't live without food, and we couldn't live without some of these distractions. But we have to remember that at the end of the day, the most important thing is God. Sometimes we have to put away these not so important distractions like TVs and video games to focus on our relationship with the Lord. Can I have 3 volunteers, please? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you, and okay. All right. So, yeah. Okay. So I interviewed several kids down in Haiti when I went to the mission, and I'm going to ask you guys a few of the questions that I asked them. So I'll just go down the line. What is something that is hard about your life?
Well, I do basketball and dance, and we usually get home at 8:30, and we don't get to spend time with anyone. So we just take showers and go to bed, and we eat dinner where we.
A busy schedule, right? That's hard.
Yeah. Okay, what about you?
Going to bed late.
Going to bed late, that's something hard. What about you?
It's kind of hard because I have 2 younger siblings and I'm pretty much the oldest, so they sometimes bother me when I'm trying to do stuff, and it's just kind of crazy.
Preach, I feel.
And they also run around and steal me when I'm trying to read, which is really especially when it's at night when I'm reading. So just really just be careful.
Yeah. Okay, so here is the next question. What is something that you wish you had? If you could have anything in the whole world, what would it be?
bag of candy under my bed.
A bag of candy. under your
I
bed.
tried Oreos, but it didn't work because my brother found them and he ate them.
Alright, what about you? Anything in the world.
A whole store to myself.
A store to yourself? Okay.
So everything could be free
Mm-hmm.
for people who don't have money.
Yeah.
Probably like a water bottle that I always have with me. Because I get thirsty. Sometimes I'm like at recess and you're not like allowed to go in and I'm really thirsty and it's like 20 minutes before I get to go inside. So,
Yeah. Well, good. Thank you guys. Okay, so now I'm going to give you the answers that the children in Haiti gave. And I must tell you that the answers are, like, I interviewed several people, and almost all the answers are exactly the same. So to the question, what is something that is hard about your life? A few gave me the answer like walking to school for 2 hours, but some people said, nothing, I love my life, there's nothing hard about it, or I don't want to give a negative answer, that's not what Jesus wants. Isn't that kind of amazing? Like, these people have really hard lives and they don't think anything is hard about their life. And then to the question, what is something that you wish you had? Almost everyone said that I want Jesus to become a person, not just through the Eucharist or, just in our hearts or whatever. They want him to like actually be there, like be his, be a person, be his friend. So they want him physically to be with them. So I thought that was pretty cool too. I also want to point out that the children in Haiti are not so different than you all. They love to play sports, as you can see. They love soccer. And then they go to school and they do chores. Their school day isn't quite as long as your guys's. Theirs is from like 8 in the morning to 12 because they have to walk so far to get to school. And then they also have to go home and help their families with chores and cooking dinner and, or if they have a farm, help them with the animals and everything. But something that might be a little bit different is that they love school. Do you guys love school?
Yeah.
Yes? Well, sort of. Well, that's good to hear. Okay, now I want to show you this totally awesome and adorable thing that the kids did when they showed up to school. This is them walking to class.
We'll turn the lights off. Come on in. Good. Come on in.
Okay, so in the video, do you guys have any idea what they're saying?
No.
Okay, so they're saying merci, Señor, merci, which means thank you, Lord, thank you. And they are singing that on their way to class right after they receive just like a little piece of bread for their breakfast. And so they're saying, thank you for letting me come to school and letting me have this breakfast that they're provided. And so yeah, they're just super thankful for, even just the little piece of bread that they're given for breakfast. And, they love their education, so they're saying thank you for that too. And then they just keep repeating it, and then they say it, that's in French, and then they say it in Creole, which is kind of their language, their slang version of French. So that's what they're saying. And so on that note, and thanking God for all that He's given us, let's talk about how great it is to be a Catholic. So raise your hand if you know the most important part about Mass. What do you think?
Communion.
You're right. Good job. Okay, so communion is the most important part of Mass because receiving the body and blood of Christ, we are communing or becoming one with Jesus. So you, like when you receive God, you literally are touching God. You're becoming one with Him. And so we're eating basically a part of Jesus' heart. He is giving us a little piece of Himself to make us more holy. Something that I didn't know at your age is that when you are given the bread and you are drinking the wine, the little sins that you commit that are called venial sins are being forgiven. The big sins, though, called mortal sins, have to be confessed during confession before they can be forgiven. Mortal sin is a sin that is serious. You know what you are doing is wrong, and you actively commit it anyway. A rule of thumb is if it goes against the 10 Commandments, then it's a mortal sin, because everyone knows what the 10 Commandments are. We'll talk about that in a second. Everyone knows what the 10 Commandments are, so if you're going against what we know is wrong, and what we know is right, then that's a mortal sin. Okay, so some of you might know most of the 10 Commandments, but there might be a few that you don't know, and that's okay. At your age, I did not know them either. But let's see what we can come up with. So here on this board, I have the 10 Commandments under each card, and we're going to, as a class, try and figure out what each one of them are. And so anyone who guesses gets a piece of candy. So here you go. Who wants to guess first? Okay, Xander. It's okay if you don't know. Do you want to move on? Yeah? Okay. Yeah,
Communion.
Communion, that is actually not a 10 Commandment. That is, good guess though.
Do not lie.
Yes. That is 9.
I think
You can come up and get a piece of candy now.
You want a piece of candy again?
What do you think you do?
To not steal.
Don't steal. Yes, that is one. Okay, you can come up with
Leo, you want
some
some candy?
Okay, what do you think?
Honor your mother and father.
Yes, that is one. Number 5. Okay. Sophie, what do you think? No kissing? That's a good guess. It's really close. You know what? Actually, I'm going to say do not commit adultery because that's a version of that. So Sophie, you can think of it. Okay. What do you think?
Do not covet your neighbor's wife.
Do not covet. Holly, what do you think?
Do not use the word
Lord's name in vain?
Yes. Okay, what do you think?
Keep the Saturday.
Keep the Sabbath? Yes. Ma'am, what do you think?
Do not kill.
Yes. There you go. Anyone else? Yes. Love others. That's
Well, Emily, what did you just say quietly? You said something else.
Nothing. I didn't say anything else.
You said love others? Did you say love?
Like love your neighbor.
Love your neighbor.
yeah. So love your neighbor. God loves you, and also no other God loves you. Xander, take a guess.
Okay. So I'm guessing number one.
Okay.
Teachers might know it.
Wait,
Okay.
I'm going to take another.
You're gonna take a guess. Okay.
Another guess. Take another. Yes. I'm going to do.
Okay, Xander, you can come get a piece of candy because you tried. What you can take a guess, but you guessed. So I'm not gonna give
I don't know if this do not like lunch and neighbor's goods.
that is do not covet, but good. It's still a Ten Commandments, so good job. Number one is I am the Lord thy God. So
Oh, that
don't
makes
worship
no
like
sense.
any other god.
I knew that. It's just that I already got these.
Okay, that's okay. Okay. All right. So if you break the Ten Commandments and you know that you're breaking the Ten Commandments, that's a mortal sin and has to be absolved in confession. But there's plenty of other bad things that you can do that you have to go to confession for. So how about we play another game really fast? I'm going to divide the room in half. So Sophie, do you want to come in this side? And then you guys can be a team and you guys can be a team. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds and you guys have to decide if I'm going to give you a sin and you have to decide if it's a mortal or a venial sin. So a sin that you have to go to confession for or one that can just be absolved through the Eucharist. So I'm going to start, this is team 1 and team 2. So I'll just start with team 1 and I'm going to give you 20 seconds and you just talk amongst your group and decide if it's a mortal sin, and then when I say time's up, then you tell me, and if it's right, then you guys get a piece of candy. So the first one is cheating on a test. Is it a mortal sin or a venial sin? So that's You know it?
Yeah.
Talk with your group. What do you make
You guys all agree on one? Okay, it's been 20 seconds. What do you guys think?
Daniel.
It's actually a mortal sin. Yeah, because obviously everyone knows cheating is wrong, right?
Right. Yeah.
So so you know it's a sin and you are doing it anyway. So that's a mortal sin.
Okay.
All right, so I'll go to team 2. So fighting with your brothers and sisters, is that a mortal sin or a venial sin? So I'll give you 20 seconds, talk amongst your team.
You know what?
is talking to your whole group. These guys are part of your group.
I didn't do Myrtle. I'm Myrtle. I did Myrtle.
Okay, it's been 20 seconds. What do you guys think?
Myrtle. Myrtle.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
It's actually a venial sin. Fighting with your brothers and sisters. So you could be like caught up in the moment, like, oh my gosh, I'm so mad at him right now, and you are fighting with each other. So it's not necessarily good to fight with, you know, your brothers and sisters, but it's not like a super big deal if you like are like, oh my gosh, why did you do this to me? And you were fighting. It's not a huge deal. So that's why it's a venial sin. Good try, guys. Okay, so I'll go to this group. We'll do 2 more. So one with this group and one with this group. Okay. Not going to church every Sunday. Is that a mortal sin or a venial sin? Talk amongst your group. Okay, it's been 20 seconds.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Mortal.
Good job. That's mortal.
Yes.
Really hope you guys would get that.
Come on. See, God, this is why I need my mom. This is our final one. This is the final one. I'm enclosed in a tiny space. Right.
Okay. So I'm going to talk just a little bit about yeah, I know. Just a little bit about that. That is a mortal sin because you have to, it says keep God's day holy, or keep the holy days or God's day, the Sabbath. And so, but it's really important to go to Mass every Sunday so you can receive the Eucharist and get all those little sins forgiven. Okay, so you guys, talking back to my parents and giving them attitude, is that mortal or venial? Talk amongst your group. You guys have an answer?
Myrtle.
Good job. That's disrespecting your parents, right? It goes in there thinking. Okay, so you guys all know why communion is so important, because it forgives the little sins, and confession forgives the bigger sins, and makes us more holy, just like communion. And it is important that we don't have sins on our heart, so we can speak God's love to all of our friends, because we all want our friends to know God's love, right? And that's why it's important that we don't have sins on our heart, and why we are holy. Okay, you can change the slide now. Okay, so another really cool thing, another cool thing about the Catholic Church is that the Catholic Church is an apostolic church. Do you guys know what apostolic means? No? No? Okay, apostolic means that anywhere you go in the whole entire world, every single Catholic church that you go to is the same. So they have the same readings, the responses are the same. For the most part, the prayers are the same. The color that the priest wears is the same. And the consecration of the Eucharist, so communion, that's all the same. The only thing that's maybe different is the songs that they sing, the homily, because it's a different priest, and maybe a prayer too, and sometimes the language. So if you were to go to Haiti, it probably would not be in English, it would be in French or Creole. But if you were to go to a church in Haiti, you would still get pretty much the same mass that you would get right here at St. Mary's. Okay, so if you guys were inspired today to go deeper in your faith or want to learn a little bit more about what I talked about, then you can go to this website. Go to this website and I'll give you a little card that you can give to your parents. Also, if you want to share this with a friend, or you think a friend would benefit from this presentation I gave, there'll be a video of the presentation I gave today on the website, and there's just a ton of stuff on there. You can donate money to help build a house in Haiti on the website too.